Good morning, retail traders. This is the Washboard Jim. Subscribe, ring that bell for future updates. I trade live every day on YouTube, and I want to talk about a few things that I've done here to bring this market down. As you know, I've got my bear face on, and I think we're in for a small bear rally. Now, I brought this up all the way to the 200 and let you guys have a good profit. So we're going to go over 5 indices that I'm watching come Monday, and I want to show you where we are. We're at a very critical pivot point area. It's either we're going to go up or we're going to go down. Nothing has been going good so far. Total world is in total chaos. I've done very well with that. We elected Joe Biden. He's an imbecile. So I've got that thing cooked, and now we're going to see if we can hold this here bottom on the June lows. That's what the fat cats want. I don't know if that's what we're going to get, but I want to go over a few tickers, and we're going to start off with the IWM. Now this IWM, we called out these black crows. Now all these charts are going to show the same kind of implication that's going on, and we broke out of this what you call a Darvas box, and we ran all the way to the 200 SMA. I called that out. I said we're at a resistance. Here we are again, repeating history. We've got these 3 black crows over here, and we've got these 3 black crows right in here. I'm going to color them babies in, just like that. Now, on the bottom of that crow, we got a huge hammer. Now, this is on the yearly chart. Now, I know my friends up there on Wall Street, I call them the fat cats. They've been waiting for this 52-week June low, and they're wanting to go ahead and run it up for a small rally. Now what we have here is a Darvas box. I think we're going to run up to that Darvas box, find some resistance. Now if you notice one thing, we are forming a descending pattern. That's when you got the tops coming down here like this. So we're going to extend that line to the right. That's going to be our resistance level to break. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but that's right around 181, and that's way above that Darvas box. We got a triple top right here. Now this is the IWM. So I'm thinking we could run back up to the top of this first crow and find some resistance levels. That'll be just a little bit above the pivot point inside of this Darvas box. So let's go ahead and draw that line in there, and that's going to be our first resistance level to try to break. Right there. Right there, that's it. 172.69. If we can break that, we'll continue and hit the top of this box. Now that's the IWM. Now we got the feds coming out. I'm hearing there might be 22 of them bastards talking. So they could bring it down a little bit more. This is a critical number right here at 162.78. If we break that, we're going to fall back. I'm going to pull you up the 3-year chart. And that'll be another box right down in here. Right now we're at the gap. So it's very important that if we do pull back, we did hit the top of this box right here. And that's where the double bottom came in. So if we don't hold, we're definitely going to come down here and score up on this box right here. Now I'm going to go up here to the little bitty box. Just remember, bam, Darvas box. And that pivot point's going to be right in there, right around 156.50. So we're going to try to hold that if we don't break down below that 1-year low. We'll pull that back up, and that number is going to be 162.78. Now the next one we're going to look at is going to be the QQQ. Same scenario. We've got the 3 black crows, we've got the Darvas box, we've got the open window breakout to the 200 SMA, and she's pulled back to that June low. That 269.28 is critical. Critical. If we don't hold that critical support level, we'll take it over here to the 3-year again. And there we are. We can find that other low down here in this here Darvas box. We're going to square that in. Boom. So that bottom line right there is going to be the lowest support, right at 255.06. If the 200 SMA does not hold, Now I use this 200 SMA as a bouncing arm, and this is on the weekly chart. So pay attention to that. I think we're going to have a bear rally and run it back up to the top of this Darvas box, or at least to the gap of this here curl right here at 290.68. Let's go ahead and draw that line in there so it'll have this for a personal reference. We're going to go ahead and bring it down to the body of that candle right there at 286.39, and that's going to be the pivot point inside of the Darvas box, and it will continue with that spinning top right here on top of that wick. So 286.39 is hard. If we do not hold that year low at 269.28, we'll definitely drop down. So pay close attention to that QQQ. And then we've got the SPY. I got burned on this. I gotta find my thing. There it is. Same thing happened here at the SPY. We had the 3 black crows. We got the Darvas box. We got the inside window breakout. And we run up to the 200 SMA. Now keep drawing that trend line in for your final resistance on all 3 of these. These are a descending pattern, or I call it the snake. And your resistance level is going to be the top of that line right there. And we're going to extend that to the right. So anywhere around 393, that brings it to the top of this Darvas box, and that'll be a hard resistance. See, we broke out of it, the triple top, pulled back, found security, and run it up to the 200. We do have a hammer into close, and we're going to pull up the 3-year chart. Now, if you notice the 3-year chart, we have another box over here. See that? That's where we could drop down to, or bounce off this 200 SMA. But for right now, it depends on Monday. We do have a double bottom on the SPY, and we got to hold that number right there at 362.17. If it doesn't, I'm going puts, and I'll play that box. And then we got the last one, which is the SPX. Right down to the bottom of that box. Same kind of scenario. We got the 3 black crows. We got the Darvas box. We're going to fill that in. There's your crows. You got the inside window that I call the reversal on. And then you got the Darvas box, which is right here, and a triple top breakout. So this thing can run up back to the top of that box, or the bottom of that box, and try to find some resistance. Do draw that trend line down, and that'll be your hard resistance. I don't think we're going to break that. We're going to hold this descending pattern. And if we do break it, it's going to be one heck of a rally. You never know what's going to happen with Russia. I mean, all it takes is one headline. These algorithms are running the market right now. And the fat cats, they're trying to control it. They're coming out. They're saying we got to stay on these June lows. If we don't, we're going to go ahead and drop. And this is the SPX. So we're going to take it to the 3-year. And the same kind of scenario. You got this box right over here. And that's what we'll fall down to. I'm a true believer of trading these boxes and finding support. It's a place of consolidation, and that's our next chamber down. We broke the triple top here and ran it all the way up to the 200. Now this is on the weekly chart, so use that 200 SMA that you have right here. On the yearly, it was the 200, but here it's definitely the 200 as a support level. And that'll bring you right back down to the gap. And if that doesn't hold, we'll drop down into this Darvas box and look for an equilibrium inside of the pivot point of this chart. So that's going to be the SPX. Now I got one more I want to show you that you could play in a bear market. If it gets real bad, this thing could run up. This is called the SQQQ. It was mentioned in the room, and we've got some resistance levels that we need to break, one of them being right about in here. We're going to draw that line. Then you've got the rest to the top of the box, which could run up here. If it gets real bad, we could run this thing all the way up to 65 bucks. Right now we're at 56.26. Now you do have 3 white soldiers here, and you do have an inverted hammer, which means that it could drop down and find some kind of support right in here at 48.13 if we do have a bear rally. Now these indicators down here is when we hit the 200. So it's just the opposite. If we're bullish, we could ride puts all the way down and take it to 48.34. And that's a pretty good little drop right there if you want to go ahead and take that trade on the puts. You are going to have a little bit of issue right in here. I can see the gap. Let's go ahead and draw this trend line right here on these two red candles at 50.21, and then to hold support right in there somewhere. Maybe a little bit lower, but off this top of this here candle right here. And this is the SQQQ. And if we become very bearish, we could run it up to break 60.75. Now that's it. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I've run this market very well. We pulled it back. We're trying to outdo the fat cats. I know there's a lot of true believers, and I'm just at war with them people. I don't trust them one bit. The only person you can trust is yourself. Just always remember that. Please don't take nobody's trades. Make sure that you know you're doing what you're doing. Have a strategy. Mine is the sneaky snake, and I want to wish everybody the best of trading. And we'll just definitely see you coming up here on Monday. Sneak snake trading strategy. We're in a bear market rally. Let's see if we can hold support. Well, just like I said, subscribe, ring that bell, and watch my future updates. If you ring that bell, you'll get my little short videos on stocks that I'm looking at, and I do like to predict the next move. Have a great day.